This is my second job in India.
Okay.
I was 11 years in the US. I've done 4 years of consulting, 2 years at PwC, 2 years at BCG. Then I've done ad revenue and monetization strategy at TikTok in the New York office. This is literally post-COVID when the app took off. And funny story is, the first day I joined, it got banned in India.
Oh God.
And I think one big example or one big takeaway was our FGI immersion. It was, it happened after first year. And you had to pick up a location out of, let's say, a pool of 10 locations globally. The only restriction was you should not work with a production crew, one of their OTT platforms or production houses, and they were launching an OTT platform. And you see how, when you talk about OTT platform, India aspect is different, US aspect is different. You see, Latin America aspect is completely different. The type of content they are.
All right, hi everyone, welcome on board. बहुत से लोग मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि सर ये हार्वर्ड की 1 करोड़ की ट्यूशन फीस देनी चाहिए कि नहीं देनी चाहिए. एट योर एज अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट होती है, आप छोड़ के कुछ बाहर करने जाते हो. एंड टुडे आई एम मीटिंग विद अनिल सर हु इज फ्रॉम हार्वर्ड बिजनेस स्कूल. Sir, full-time 2-year Harvard Business School?
Full-time 2-year Harvard Business School.
That's so crazy. I went to Harvard for my executive management.
Okay.
A very short course, and I say this to all of these guys. One thing you should do before you die is go to Harvard Business School. How was your experience, sir? And was it worth it, first of all?
Fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it. Even if you include the opportunity cost, I'd say. I mean, it comes at a cost. I left my job and went there for full 2 years. So you're not just leaving 2 years of salary, you're also paying tuition on top.
Of course. And it comes to nearly 2 crore?
It comes to nearly 2 CR if you add tuition plus, other expenses that you go through.
Wow.
Whether it's living expenses, whether it's, activity expenses, whether it's trip expenses and all that.
Or canoeing in the Charles River.
Exactly. Included.
It's a beautiful thing. There's a beautiful river called the Charles River. Sir would talk more about it. यहाँ पे MIT है, Massachusetts.
Exactly.
और यहाँ पे Harvard है. People hang out together. It's a small bridge in between. That's such a great
People actually take both the classes too. So there are interchangeable classes. You can take MIT classes if you're part of Harvard, and obviously MIT.
But ये 2 crore doesn't ring me a bell. I'll ask more question. Sir, सब काम करके corporate के अंदर काम करके we'll discuss this story. Now he's running process excellence and building MastersUnion. Sir, कितना टाइम हो गया आपको यहाँ पे?
I joined very recently, 3 months back.
Wow.
So post Diwali, so November 1st.
क्या बात है, great. How was the corporate experience? Where were you in corporate?
I've had multiple roles. This is my second job in India.
Okay.
I was 11 years in the US. I've done 4 years of consulting, 2 years at PwC, 2 years at BCG. Then I've done ad revenue and monetization strategy at TikTok in the New York office. This is literally post-COVID when the app took off. And funny story is, the first day I joined, it got banned in India.
Oh God. And you joined in India operations?
No, I joined US operations.
You joined US operations.
And it got banned in India the first day I joined.
Oh God.
And my dad calls me up and he's like, do you still have a job? Like, yes. Until they banned the US operations. And it was not looking good. So like, let's see.
Wow.
I have a job today. I'll talk to you tomorrow if I still have it. But things worked out, obviously learned a lot there. Then from there, I went into entrepreneurship journey. I tried to build my own company for 2 years, which, we did win some things. We won the Harvard New Venture competition, the New York chapter at least. Then we got a case study written on us in one of the IIMs here.
Okay.
So I've been, going to IIM Raipur for the past 2 years as a, protagonist and, hearing what the students have to say.
Oh, lovely.
So, what I used to do at Harvard, being a critique of different cases and, taking the product out. I was on the receiving end of that now.
Yeah, just sorry to interrupt, sir. For your reference, protagonist वगैरह सर क्या बात कर रहे हैं? तो हार्वर्ड के अंदर एक केस स्टडीज होती हैं, तो वहाँ पे एक रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट देते हैं आपको.
Exactly.
और जो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट का हीरो है ना, वो पीछे बैठा होगा. For us it was Walter McKenzie, I still remember. और जो केस स्टडी जिसने लिखी है, तो he will be teaching you.
He would be teaching you.
Did Cash teach you? Kasturi Ranjan, marketing, Indian guy, Cash. Okay, great. Yeah. So he was the guy who wrote a story, and the guy who is the hero of the story, जिसका प्रॉब्लम आपको सॉल्व करो, पीछे बैठा होगा. तो सर के ऊपर एक केस स्टडी लिखी हुई है, जो कि IIM रायपुर के अंदर डिस्कशन चलती है, and he sits behind and discusses with students.
It's published in Ivy Business School.
Wow.
Which is, I think, at top. In terms of case publishing, at par with Harvard.
That's great. तो आपके ऊपर खुद का केस लिखा हुआ है.
Yes.
बहुत ही बढ़िया बात है. Sir, let's go back. Sir, 2 years at Harvard, वो कैसे थे, sir?
Fantastic. If I have to live it again, I would do it in a heartbeat. I think course part is one. You do the case studies, you go through different sort of emotions, but that is just, let's say, 50% of it. The remaining 50% is the people you meet and the interactions that happen and the activities and the immersions. It's fantastic. I think one big example or one big takeaway was our FGI immersion. It happened after first year, and you had to pick up a location out of, let's say, a pool of 10 locations globally. The only restriction was you should not have worked in that country, or you should not be from that country.
Okay.
So India was one of the locations, but obviously I couldn't pick that.
Yeah.
So I picked Colombia.
Okay.
So we went to Bogota.
Okay.
We spent around 15 days there.
Okay.
And whether it's the fascination of post Narcos on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's some country that I don't know if I'll ever go or get a chance to go easily or not.
Yeah.
Being from India, it's a very long way of travel.
It's a very long way.
So I took that opportunity, went there, worked with the production crew, one of their OTT platforms or production houses, and they were launching an OTT platform. And you see how, when you talk about OTT platform, India aspect is different, US aspect is different. You see, Latin America aspect is completely different. The type of content they are creating, the type
Are they more a family or is it like
sort of a
drama?
family business?
Yeah.
Family business, but they were into periodic drama, they were into comedies and, different stuff.
Kya baat. And was it assignment done by Harvard? They assigned you to this
so you pick a location and and then you get attached to a company and you work through a semester with them.
And this is done by Harvard guys?
This is done by the Harvard team.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's part of your curriculum.
You were alone or you were with the team?
Part of a 4-member team.
At SPJain also you do actually we call them GFT, student exchange program. You go there and do spend about 2 to 3 weeks in different universities. At MastersUnion also I think they're launching a international immersion program. These things help when they remember you. It's like a course in itself. Yeah?
They do. It's, course is one part, but once you try to see the cultural aspect of it, right, it's completely different, right? Course will teach you do 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now, how does that become 4 in a different culture? You don't know, right? Some things, the application of things, the implementation of things has very cultural challenges.
Understood.
Or local regional challenges that, sometimes you're like, ye to ho gaya. But implement क्यों नहीं हुआ? Because of external factors that you don't get to see in your theory classes.
Super, great. But still, 1 crore rupees for going there to Harvard, is it worth 1 crore? 1 crore, pata
you do have need-based scholarships which help. I think the beauty about Harvard.
चल 70 लाख तो देते ही average लोग यार.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it because we never had a theory-based class. Every single class we had was a case-based class, and we were given, like at the end of 2 years, I had probably, from the floor, probably this high stack of paper, which was just pure cases.
Oh God!
And you do 3 cases a day, so you pretty much learn by doing. And it's sometimes you're not prepared for the case discussion in the class, so you skim it and you try to make the best of it.
And
that's the fun story.
And there's a cold call.
And there's a cold call.
What's a cold call?
Cold call is the professor enters and he can pick up, or he or she can pick up anyone in the class and introduce the case to us. That's it. Right? It can be with a specific question or it can be as generic. Okay, what is the case about? Let's introduce it to the class. Now, if you have not read the case, that's a very tough question and hence the cold call name. But if you're prepared, you can obviously introduce it or answer the questions.
It's called the infamous Harvard cold call. अभी इंडिया में भी शुरू हो गया ये वाला. सीधा प्रोफेसर बोलेगा, चल तू बता केस का आगे. What should Walter McKenzie do? मेरे जैसे आदमी जिसने केस पढ़ा ही नहीं है, उसको
exactly
उसको पता नहीं क्या होना.
And you won't believe the professors spend ample amount of time. If you go to their cabins, they'll have the entire seating chart with photos mapped on their wall. So they know you by heart. They know your name. They know which industry you are coming from. So even let's say if the case is related to that industry, the chances of you getting picked up for a cold call increases.
Wow.
Right. So because you are the expert in that class for that particular industry or that particular company.
Great.
Right.
How the peers यार? लोग अच्छे थे मतलब.
लोग अच्छे थे.
बढ़िया out of the world जो Harvard बोलता है.
Very smart folks, and the beauty was everyone is able to help each other out.
What is the background in India? What are you doing? Were you an engineer, non-engineer?
By education, computer science engineer.
Which college did you go to?
JP University.
Oh, lovely.
In Noida, Sector 62, and then went to Carnegie Mellon. I did my master's in information security.
Wow.
Then did consulting. Never went to the coding side or the software development side post that.
Carnegie Mellon world's #1 for IT,
For
if I'm
tech,
not wrong. Yeah, for tech.
computer science. Yeah.
You would think for #1, I should say. Kya baat hai, and then Harvard was
If you have to target the #1 position.
Crazy,
Otherwise, no
yeah,
point.
crazy. And inspiring story. Matlab, people think like only NIT folks, IIT, bitch pilani go it, and JP. I mean, no offense to your university, but it's a decent university. और वहाँ से तुम हार्वर्ड भी पहुँचे यार.
Well, I'd say I got good guidance through whether it's my parents or whether through people I met. I actually used to do a lot of cold calls to people and can you help me out? I have this question and stuff. And luckily I was fortunate enough that I got access to good people who guided me better.
Wow.
And my family obviously included in that. Without their guidance and help, probably would not have happened.
So you got crazy brands in your life, yaar. I mean, JP, Carnegie Mellon, Harvard, BCG.
Yes.
What else? Any other companies?
TikTok, if you want to include that.
TikTok is a great, of course. It's a fun brand, but working in TikTok would be so crazy. Imagine. और इंडिया में बैन है, हमने तो एक्सप्लोर ही नहीं किया. टिकटॉक अभी शुरू ही हुआ था, but it's a wildfire. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much same as Reels now, but totally different ball game.
Wow.
I had never done that pre-MBA. I was in consulting side, data, digital consulting side. So it was something as of a new challenge to me, and that was what.
और अभी तुम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हो यार? It's a business school. It's a new age business school. What are you trying to do?
Again, a new challenge, right?
Wow.
So I don't come from edtech industry, but when I met Pratham, it was pretty much this is what we're trying to do, and I was like, seems like a great ambition that you're trying to achieve, and you're sort of trying to beat Harvard at its game.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm up for the journey. If you have me, and that got the ball rolling.
That's so amazing. So, boys and girls, आप मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए कि भाई 1 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट है कि नहीं. भाई तो बोल रहे 1 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट बहुत सही है, और मैं तो यार लेस देन अ मंथ्स टाइम में बोलता था go to Harvard Business School. Any parting thoughts to all my young kids यार? they all want to live your life यार. What you've done यार? You've achieved a lot in your life.
I think parting, if you ever are in Boston area or if you get to go there, just walk around the campus. It gives a very different vibe. It gives you that dream vibe that you should target to the top things, and top things are achievable. So, if you're ever in Boston area, do go there. Explore the campus. It's an open campus, not a gated campus. So you can go in, see what's happening. And
there are no gates.
Harvard India conference actually happened 2 days back.
Oh yeah.
So you probably would have seen Neeta Ambani sitting with our ex-dean Nitin Noria.
Yeah.
And she got asked this question that if she had to choose between Narendra Modi and Mukesh Ambani, who would you choose? And the response was very, very perfect response that she gave. I won't tell you what the response is, so look it up. And that wrapped up, I think, 2 days back. And that is this kind of experiences, Harvard provides or the program provides.
Right.
And hence the cost justification.
This is so amazing, and boy is doing something crazy here at MU as well. Boys and girls, do it like button for sure. मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए यार, ये वाली जिंदगी के लिए 1 करोड़ वर्थ इट और नॉट. मेरा कुछ विचार अलग है, आप मुझे बताइए. साहब के विचार कुछ अलग होंगे, बट आपके विचार ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. कमेंट करेगा and see you in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Take care. Lovely catching up. Take care.
Same here. Thank you so much for having me.